also a teacher of sorts or an enforcer, or your view as to whether the parent is involved enough in the child's education as we, as a society?
That question is ambiguous, and I know KICD had talked about it. There's a problem with putting so much focus on parental involvement because not all parents are equal. People have different resources. And if you insist on the parents being central in the education, what happens to the children whose parents are poor, whose parents are illiterate, or who don't have parents? So we need to be a little bit more sensitive to the social inequalities that could come if we insist on parental involvement. I think I would prefer to say democratic involvement. Let communities, whether they are grandmothers or parents or whoever, let communities have more say in the running of schools and in knowing what is happening in the schools. Right now, schools are basically a law unto themselves. They harass parents, they raise fees, they tell the parents, if you don't like it, find another school. You know, that kind of, and there are no audited accounts for the schools. That kind of autocracy in the schools is what needs to go. We need schools that are more accountable to the public. And we, the public, can take care of even now the children who don't have parents in their home.
In the home.
Yeah, because all children are our children. We shouldn't just be saying it's individual parents to take care of their offspring. All children are our children.
Not necessarily to take care, but they need to don't you think they need to be somehow involved in the education, in that if the teacher labors so hard to teach a certain thing, does that not need to be enforced somehow at home? But again, I get your point, especially when you're talking about some of them may not be literate. So even in terms of reading, that may be a challenge, or even just some of the formulas or concepts may not be understood by the parent.
Yes, and you know now life has become harder. Parents have to hustle more. So we are spending more time out of the house trying to eke a living. So I don't think it's fair for me to work so hard out there to put money and food on the table, and then you want me to now also come and be a teacher. Parents have a unique role in terms of emotional support and character development, but to do the actual teaching of content, I think that's a little ambitious.
That would be ambitious.